Hello everyone, I am Dr. Vasant Boraste from Department of Commerce, KTHM College Nasik. Today I am going to discuss with you the second example of piecemeal distribution of cash as per surplus capital method. So let's start with our example number 2. So this is the example as per surplus capital method, that is problem number 2. Following is the balance sheet of Messrs A, B and C as on 31st December 2019, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:1. The balance sheet is as follows. Here some liabilities as well as some assets are given. In the liabilities, we have a capital of Mr. A, B and C. With this, we have a third party liability, that is bills payable of rupees 60,000. On the asset side, there are various assets including cash, which is rupees 8,000. And there are some adjustments. The partners decided to dissolve the firm and the assets were gradually realized as on 1st of February, the partnership firm get 40,000, on 1st March 60,000 and on 31st March 36,000. You are required to prepare statement showing surplus capital, statement showing piecemeal distribution of cash as per surplus capital method. So first of all, we have to prepare surplus capital statement. So what is surplus capital? Surplus means an extra amount which is paid by a particular partner. So here let's start with our surplus capital. In statement showing surplus capital, you have to draw 3 plus 1 5 column. In this, first one is serial number, second one is particulars, and last three columns are for capital of A, B and C. You have to put first of all balances as per balance sheet, that is given in your balance sheet. So capital of A is rupees 60,000, B's capital is 48,000 and C's capital is 16,000. Here in the problem, it is given that 60,000, 48,000 and 16,000. After that, you have to mention the ratio. Here the ratio of these three partners is given as 2:1. So the ratio we put here, profit sharing ratio. After that, we have to calculate unit capital. Unit capital means what? If Mr. A is given rupees 60,000 for a share of 2 and B given rupees 48,000 capital for a share of 2 and C is given 16,000 for a share of 1. That means for single unit how much amount they gives. So it is very simple. We have to calculate it by dividing the capital by dividing the capital by its profit sharing ratio. So here 30,000 divided by 2 comes to 30,000, 48,000 divided by 2 comes to 24,000 and 16,000 divided by 1 comes to 16,000. So this is our unit capital. After calculating the unit capital, we can calculate a proportionate capital. Proportionate capital means what? The person whose capital, whose unit value is is less, it should be considered as base capital. Here, 16,000 is less, so 16,000 will be considered as a base capital, and we will multiply it by its profit sharing ratio. Say for example, here base capital is 16,000, which is of Mr. C. We have to calculate proportionate capital. So the ratio, the formula is base capital into profit sharing ratio. So 16,000 into 2, it comes to 32,000. 16,000 base capital into 2 equal to 32,000 and 16,000 into 1 equals to 1,000. So this is our proportionate capital, 32,000 of A, 32,000 of B and 16,000 of C. Now we will calculate surplus. So here we can calculate surplus, that is capital minus proportionate capital, means A minus D equals to surplus capital. So 60,000 minus 32,000, it comes to 28,000. That is surplus of Mr. A is 28,000 and B's surplus is 16,000, that is 48,000 minus 32,000 comes to 16,000. And C's capital will be nil, as 16,000 minus 16,000, the balance will be 0. Later on we have to calculate the absolute surplus. Here we got the surplus, but it is for Mr. A and for Mr. B. Now we have to calculate absolute surplus. So again, all the steps of profit sharing ratio, unit values and proportionate capital will be repeated over here. So again we will write a profit sharing ratio, that is 2:2. Then we will calculate the unit value, unit capital. This is 28,000 divided by 2, it comes to 14,000. Again here it will be same, 16,000 divided by 2, it comes to 8,000. So we got unit capital as 14,000 and 8,000. Now we will calculate the proportionate capital. For calculating the proportionate capital, we have to consider some base. So the minimum amount will be considered as base, that is 8,000. So 8,000 will be a base capital, and proportionate capital equation is base capital into profit sharing ratio. So base capital is 8,000. 8,000 into 2, it comes to 16,000. Again here 8,000 into 2, it comes to 16,000. Now we can calculate absolute surplus. So absolute surplus is nothing but the amount which is given by a particular partners, which is an extra compared to other partners. So here we will calculate the absolute surplus by subtraction of surplus capital minus proportionate capital. So here our surplus capital was 28,000 minus proportionate capital is 16,000. So 28 minus 16, it comes to 12,000, and 16 minus 16, it will be a 0. So in this way we can calculate a surplus capital. Here we got a surplus of rupees 12,000 of Mr. A. That means first of all, when we will pay the amount to the partners capital, at that time we will have to consider Mr. A first. Then we will pay to Mr. A 28,000 and Mr. B 16,000. Here we have already paid, we have to pay rupees 12,000 to A and 28,000 to A at the second stage. So let's see the priority of payment. In the priority of payment, we have to consider our problem, that is example. In the third party liability, we have one liability, that is bills payable. So bills payable is 60,000. After the payment of bills payable, we will pay the partners in their surplus ratio. So let's check our priority of payment. So first of all, we will have to pay third party liability, that is 60,000, which is bills payable. In the problem it is given bills payable 60,000. Later on there is no external liability, so absolute surplus of Mr. A is 12,000, and then surplus of A is 28,000. But here we have already paid rupees 12,000 to Mr. A, hence he will get only 16,000 in this second step. So Mr. A will get 16,000 and Mr. B will get also 16,000. If after payment of this 16 plus 60, 32 plus 12 plus 60, when we will pay all this amount, and if we have some money at that time, we will pay the amount to the remaining part, all the partners in their profit sharing ratio. So this is all about surplus capital statement and the priority of payment. So after that we have to we have to calculate our statement showing piecemeal distribution of cash. Here you can see a full ready-made statement of piecemeal distribution of cash. In this, first of all, you have to prepare statement showing piecemeal distribution of cash, where you have to prepare one column, that is date, second one is particular, third one is available cash, that means how much cash you have available in your pocket at the time of dissolution of your partnership firm. Then total liability. This column is most important column. At the end, I will explain why this column is important. But now you have to just draw a total liability column. Then whatever liability you have, that is priority of payment, you have to prepare all. You have to maintain all the columns. First of all, you have to maintain bills payable. So here you have to prepare a bills payable column. Then there is no other liability other than bills payable and partners capital. So you will have to just create a partners capital account or partners capital column, Mr. A, B and C. Here you can pay your amount whatever you have. In the problem, the basic cash available in our hand is rupees 8,000. So we will pay first in the first step, that is bills payable 8,000. After the payment of 8,000, our total liability will reduce by 8,000 and bills payable will be reduced by 8,000. After that, your cash will be nil and your total liability. Total liability means what? bills payable plus bills payable 60,000 plus capital of A Mr. 60,000, that is 120, plus capital of Mr. B 48,000, it comes to 168, plus C's capital 16,000. So total will be 1,84,000. So that is total liability. So in first stage we have 8,000, so we will pay 8,000. After the payment of 8,000, our balance in our pocket it will be zero, while our total liability is still remaining 1,76,000, and bills payable amount is still remaining for 52,000. However, the capital will be as it is, as we have not paid a single rupee to the partners. This is our first step, and in the second step we have to call realization. So in the realization, the first realization is of rupees 40,000. Here in the example it is given on the 1st February we got 40,000 for asset realized. So here uh, we got a realization of rupees 40,000. Then we can pay that 40,000 to bills payable, as we have to pay first bills payable. After the payment of bills payable, we will be able to pay our partners their surplus or absolute surplus. So here we paid rupees 40,000 to 40,000 for bills payable. So our cash will be again in the balance row, it will be 0, and total liability will be reduced by 40,000. It was initially at 1,76,000. After the payment of 40,000, it comes to 1,36,000. And then the bills payable amount will be reduced by 40,000. It was remain 52. After payment of 40, it comes to 12,000. That means still we have a bills payable of rupees 12,000. It has to be paid in the next realization. So our first realization cash is finished. Now we can call second realization, which is given which is on 1st March 2020. So here we will get a second realization of rupees 60,000. So sorry, wrongly here I mentioned 2019, actually it's 2020. Okay. Second realization is of rupees 60,000. So we have 60,000. In earlier step, our balance of rupees 12,000 still has to be paid. So first of all, we will pay to bills payable, that is less 60,000 bills pay 12,000 bills payable from 60,000. Our total liability will be reduced by 12,000, and bills payable also will be reduced by 12,000. Now bills payable balance will be 0. So in this way, our first third party liability, which was given in priority of payment, that is 60,000, it's fully nil. So now we have other liability, that is capital, which is internal liability, or we can say a partner's liability, that is capital. So we have 1,24,000 total liability. It actually, you can check it by 60,000 plus 48 plus 12, it comes to 1,24,000, means we are on the correct path. And now we have a balance of cash rupees 48,000 after the payment of 12,000 to bills payable. Okay, now we have 48,000. So after the payment of bills payable, we have another liability, that is absolute surplus of Mr. A. So Mr. A's absolute surplus is 12,000. So let's pay to Mr. A. Paid to Mr. A absolute surplus, that is 12,000. Then total liability will be reduced by 12,000, and Mr. A's capital will be reduced by 12,000. So after the payment of 12,000, our cash in our hand is 36,000. Total liability comes to 1,12,000, and bills Mr. A's capital will be reduced by 12,000, and it comes to 48,000. So this is our balance of the first payment, that is absolute surplus payment. We have to pay, still we have to pay 48,000 to A, 48,000 to B, and 16,000 to C, and we have a cash of rupees 36,000. Here you can see the cash, we have 36,000 after the payment of absolute surplus, we have 36,000. Okay, now we can pay 36,000, but in our second step of priority of payment, here you can see after the payment of surplus capital, absolute surplus capital, we have to pay surplus capital. The surplus capital is of Mr. A is 16,000, Mr. B is 16,000. Actually, in surplus capital statement, the surplus of Mr. A is 28,000 and B's surplus is 16,000. But in we have already paid rupees 12,000 to Mr. A as absolute surplus. So out of 28,000, he already received 12,000. Out of 28,000, he already got 12,000. So balance comes to 16,000. That means we have to pay Mr. A 16,000. 12,000 already paid. That means he will get 28,000. Okay. And now with Mr. A, we have to pay 16,000, which is already mentioned over here as a surplus capital. So in this step, we will pay to Mr. A and Mr. B 16,000 plus 16,000, that means 32,000. So here we are going to pay rupees 32,000 to Mr. A and B, that is 16,000, 16,000. So 16,000 given to Mr. A, 16,000 given to Mr. B. That means our total cash will be reduced by 32,000 and also our liability will be reduced by 32,000. So our balance comes to 36 minus 32. Balance cash will be 4,000 and total liability will be reduced by 32,000. It comes to 80,000 and our capital balances will be reduced by 16 plus 16 of Mr. A, 16 of Mr. A and B, both, that is 48 minus 16 comes to 32, 32 and 16,000. So still we have to pay this amount, 32 plus 16,000. That means total amount we have to pay 80,000 and we have an amount of rupees 80,000 as a total liability. In our hand we have cash of rupees 4,000 only. Now the third step, that is priority of payment. Already we have paid third party liability bills payable. Absolute surplus of Mr. A 12,000, surplus of Mr. A and B 16,000, 16,000, and after the payment of all these liabilities, we can pay the remaining amount in all partners in profit sharing ratio. So we have a 4,000. Now we can pay 4,000 to Mr. A, B and C in their profit sharing ratio, which is 2:2:1. So 4,000 into 2 divided by 5. 2 means share of Mr. A and 5 means 2 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 5. Out of 5, Mr. A will get a share of 2. So 4,000 into 2 divided by 5. So it comes to 1,600 to Mr. A. Same will be received by Mr. B, that is 1,600, and one share, that is share of Mr. C, will be rupees 800. So total we have pay here 16 plus 1600 plus 1600 plus 800 comes to 4,000. That is the payment to Mr. A, B and C, and our total liability also reduced by 4,000. Now we don't have a single rupee. That means our second realization, which was on 1st March 2020, it has been vanished, and now we have to call a third realization, which is on third and final realization, which is on 31st March 2020, which is rupees 36,000. So our third realization is rupees 36,000. Now we have 36,000, and the next step, we have to pay all this money to all the partners in the ratio of 2:2:1. So cash will be reduced by 36,000, total liability will be reduced by 36,000, and the calculation, you can calculate it through by using a calculator, that is equal to 36,000 into 2 divided by 5. So it comes to 14,400. So Mr. A will get 14,400, Mr. B will get 14,400, and Mr. C will get the rupees 7,200. You can calculate it by using calculator, that is 36,000 into 1 divided by 5. So it is 7,200. You can see here the amount of rupees 7,600 of Mr. C. Okay. After the payment of 36,000, which was third and final realization, we paid the amount to Mr. A, B and C. Still we have an amount which is rupees 40,000, which we are unable to pay. it is called as realization loss. So here you can check it, that is the balance of Mr. A, Mr. B and C, that is 8,000, 16,000 and 16,000. So total is rupees 40,000. So 16 plus 16, 32, 32 plus 8, 40. So we are unable to pay amount of rupees 40,000 to the partners, which is called as an realization loss. Means after a realization, or we can say after a distribution of cash to the partners after dissolution of partnership firm, the amount of rupees 40,000 we are unable to pay, which is called as realization loss. As I earlier said that you have to prepare this column as an extra column, which will be helpful to you to calculate or to uh, check out that how much amount you have still pay. The total of your partner's capital balances, or we can say an amount which is not paid to the particular partners, or we are unable to pay the partners, that is 40,000, and our total liability is also still payable of rupees 40,000. So you can cross check your solution between the total liability payable amount and your total realization loss. So it is exactly 40,000. That means our solution is correct and up to the mark. So with this, I would like to say thank you. I hope all of you understand this example, which is very easy solution for any student of first year BCom. In short, I will recap all the example. First of all, we see all the example, the balance sheet of partners and their liabilities and assets with the realization amount. Then we prepare a statement of personal surplus capital, that is surplus of Mr. A, B and C. We find here the surplus of Mr. A, that is 12,000, and sorry, that is absolute surplus, and surplus of Mr. A and B is 28,000 and 16,000. After that, we prepare a priority of payment or priority of an amount to whom first of all we have to pay, that is the person who is liable to receive the amount will receive firstly, then other payment will be done. On that basis, we have prepared a statement showing piecemeal distribution of cash, where we prepare a column of date, particulars, available cash, total liability column, bills payable, which is the one and only column of third party liability. Then we prepare a column of particular partner's capital. After that, we put all the balances, and as and when we received the cash, we distribute that cash to the third party liability, and after third party liability, we paid the amount to the partners as absolute surplus. Then we paid surplus to Mr. A and Mr. B. After the payment of surplus capital, we paid all the balance amount among all the partners, that is in their profit sharing ratio, that is 2 is to 2 is to 1. After that, we find out that we have a loss of rupees 40,000, that is nothing but it is called as a realization loss. I hope all of you understand this example. For further practice, we will see another example in the same way. With this, I would like to say thank you. Thank you very much.